Hello friends, I welcome you all to our channel Board and Beyond. So friends, today we are going to start a new chapter by name Circles. We will start it also and we will end it also, right? So friends, I have jotted down a few points here, okay? I'll just read it out for the people, those who are not able to view it clearly or for any reason, okay? So friends, these are the points that it suggests that if you listen to this video completely, what is that you are going to take away home from here? Okay, so what is that you are going to learn today, or what is that we are going to learn today rather, is these all points. So we will understand what is a circle, that is one thing. We will understand what is a tangent to a circle, what is secant, what is chord, properties of tangent, right? Tangents from an external points, that means multiple tangents from an external points. Okay, we will understand that there is only two tangents possible from an external point to a circle, right? So point of contact, what is the point of contact and what is the length of tangent? How do we find the length of a tangent of a circle, right? And circle circumscribed by a triangle or by a parallelogram. We will understand that also, right? And length of chord, what would be the length of chord, right? And angle made by tangents. Okay, what is the angle made by tangents? Along with this, on top of this, you will be able to take away, you will be able to understand all the problems which are there in your NCERT textbooks today, right? From the circles chapter, right? So, in short, we will be completing the chapter circles today in this video, right friends? So with this note, let's keep going, right? So let us first understand what is a circle, okay? So friends, from the definition point of view, okay, circle is nothing but a locus of points, okay, which is equidistant from a given point which is called as the center of the circle, right? Let us do one thing. Let's try to understand like this, okay? So, if this is center, let's call it as O. So, what I mean to say is that, let us say this is point P1, right? Which is at a distance of 4 centimeter, for an example, right? So, what happens is that any point on this circumference or on this periphery will be at a distance of 4. That means all these locus of points with which this curved line is made up of will be equidistant from the center, that is O, and that is why it is called as a circle, right? So we have understood circle. Now let us understand what is a tangent, okay? So friends, what happens is, if you have a circle and a straight line in the same plane, so what are the possibilities that is generated? We will understand it here. Okay. So let's have as 3 circles. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Right. So these are the 3 circles, and I have got a straight line also in this plane itself. Right. So the possibility is that this straight line doesn't touch the circle at all. Neither touch nor intersect, right? Second possibility is that this line actually cuts the circle into 2 halves. Okay, so 2 halves, but they are not equal, right? And this actually forms 2 segments, right? This is called as minor segment, and this is called as major segment. You got my point? So this line actually divides the circle into 2 segments, minor and major segments. And the distance of this line, okay, this line is called as secant. Right? And the distance of the secant which lies inside the circle is called as a chord. Right? So this distance is called as chord. I hope the things are clear. For every circle, the center point is O, which is center, right? Which is equidistant from all the points. So we have understood chord, we have understood secant. Now let us understand a different possibility wherein the line just touch the circle and pass through, right? Something like this. Then this is not a secant, this is called a tangent, right? So what happens, friend? We can say that there are two ways we can actually say what is a tangent. Tangent is a straight line, okay, which touches the circle at only one given point, right? One thing. Second is that tangent is a special secant, which what happens is this secant intersects the circle at 2 points, and when you shift it laterally like this, right? So next tangent, let me show it here only, or let me show it here. This is one of the secant. This is cutting the circle into two halves. Keep on laterally shifting it like this. A point will come when this line will just touch the circle, right? So this is called as tangent. Tangent, right? And yeah, so we have understood tangent, and this point is called as point of contact. Point of contact. Okay, right, friends? So this is called, as I told you earlier here. So friends, with this, when you laterally shift it towards this side, okay, let me just draw it. A time will come when your line, when your secant will actually pass through the center, right? And when actually this pass through the center, then this is called the chord, and this is of maximum length, right, friends? So this is again, this is also a diameter, because this is radius and this is radius. So 2 times radius is diameter. So we can say that diameter is the maximum length of a chord which can be drawn inside a circle, right? You're getting my point? Okay. Now this is all about having a circle and a line in a same plane, right? Let us now understand what are the properties of a tangent. So as I told you, as of now we will only understand that tangent is a straight line which touches the circle at only one given point, right? And which when produced further will never touch the same circle again. Something like this. Let's say this is a straight line. Okay, I stop it here. Then this is not called as a tangent. Although it touches the circle at a single point, but this is not called as a tangent, right? Why? Because this, we can say that a straight line which touches the circle at one point, okay, and which when produced on either sides will never touch the same circle again, right? So which I produce it here, it will actually cross the circle. This would not happen, right? So something like this. If this is touching here, then when I produce it on this side, it will never touch the same circle again. Correct? So you got it? So please don't get confused. Yeah. So next is point of contact. I told you length of tangent we will find out. Circle circumscribed by triangle and parallelogram. Okay. So a circle which is circumscribing a triangle or a parallelogram, length of chord and angle made by tangents, which will be clear in the due problems which we take. Right, friends? So let's move on to the problem side. Right. So the first problem says that a circle can have dash parallel tangents at the most. So any circle can have how many parallel tangents, friends? So as I told you, parallel tangents will be at the diameter, right? Let me explain. This is a circle. Let's say this is the dia. If I draw a tangent here and if I draw a tangent here, okay, these two tangents will be parallel because this will be 90 degrees and this will be 90 degrees, right? And this is your center. So at the maximum it can have two parallel tangents. But I have a different opinion at this point of time, right? Why? Means I can have, okay, let's understand it this way. How many diameters can we draw in a circle? How many? I definitely assume that we can draw multiple diameters. I'll show you how. All these, what I am drawing, are diameters of the circle. And when the diameter of the circle touching the circumference, any tangent which you draw, okay, I hope you are able to understand this. Whatever tangents I have drawn here, all will be parallel to each other. Right? Okay. But if I tell you how many parallel tangent you can draw to a given tangent, then answer is only one. Because if I restrict one tangent, then you will have only one option. But if I leave it open to you, you will have multiple options. Right? Okay. Let's move on to the next one. Okay. So next one, what does it say? A tangent PQ at a point P of a circle of radius 5 centimeters. Okay. A tangent PQ at a point P of a circle. Okay. Let's draw a circle first. Let's say this is point P of a circle of radius 5 centimeters. 5 centimeters. This is our center. Meets a line through the center at a point Q, so that OQ, let's say this is O, and if I take it here, then I will have a little problem. Okay, I have to tilt it a little bit. Okay, let's draw it again, because I want that to intersect. Let's take this as point P, this as O. We join it here, and this is the tangent. Oh, this has not touched, no problem, right? And this is Q. This is what they're saying, right, friends? And they're saying that OQ is equal to 12 centimeters. So this is equal to 12, and this radius is given to be 5, right? So please remember a concept, friend. A tangent is always at 90 degree to the line touching the point of contact and the center of circle. I repeat, tangent subtends an angle of 90 degrees to the line which is touching the center of circle and point of contact. That means this will be 90 degrees. This is what I mean to say, right? So the moment this becomes 90 degrees, this becomes a right angle triangle, wherein I can apply Pythagoras theorem, right? So this is 5, this is 12. So we can find out this. That is 12 square minus 5 square will be equal to this square, right? So we can write PQ square is equal to 12 square minus 5 square. Correct? So this is hypotenuse, right? So this square will be equal to this square minus this square. That is equal to 144 minus 25, which will be equal to how much? 9, 119. Okay. So PQ will be equal to square root of 119 centimeters. We'll leave it up to here, right? We are not going to solve it completely. We are not going to find the square root for 119. Okay. So let's move on to the next one quickly. So wherever points are important, friends, I'll give a stress on those points. You will have to basically catch up those points, right? So prove that the contact point of a tangent is at the shortest distance from the center of the circle, right? So pretty easy one, which keeps getting repeated in your examination. Let's say this is O, point of contact. Let me draw tangent first. Tangent, let us say this is P, this is point of contact. Now what they are asking is that we have to tell that OP is the shortest distance, okay, from the tangent to the center, right? how we can prove is that, let us take here this, we call it as a Q R S T, right? So friends, what happens is, see, this OQ is definitely greater than OP. Why? Because see, OP is the radius, and radius in this line is up to here. Correct? So this total line OQ is equal to radius plus something. Correct? So that has to be greater. Similarly, OR will also be greater than OP. Correct? When we move on the other side, OS will always be greater than OP, and OT will always be greater than OP. Right? So what happens is, when you try shifting it, okay, this distance, whatever extra you have, will keep on reducing. Right? Here it will reduce little more, and a point will come when this will be perpendicular, right? That is at 90 degrees, and the distance will be shortest. So the shortest distance to the point of contact from the center is perpendicular distance of the perpendicular distance from the center to the tangent, right? So this was being asked to you. You can basically write the narration for it and then clear it off, right? Next one. The length of tangent drawn from an external point to a circle are equal. Okay. Let's draw a circle first. Circle. Okay. Let's take an external point P. One tangent. Another tangent. What they are asking is, let's say this point of contact is Q. This is R. And this is center O. What they are asking is that we are to prove that PQ is equal to PR. To prove. Right? So what we can do that? We can basically join these friends. I have joined OQ and OR, right? And I will also join this. After joining this will actually divide it into two triangles, right? We all know, just now we understood, this will be equal to 90 degree and this will be equal to 90 degrees, right? And okay, and this is radius and this is radius, right friends? Okay, so I think that's it. We will be able to prove that these two are congruent, and this OP, this is radius and this is OP is equal to OP for both the triangles, right? So basically we can say that these two triangles are congruent, right? So when these two triangles are congruent, that means I am talking about triangle POQ is congruent to triangle POR. Okay, this triangle, this. So what happens is, then PQ is equal to OR. Hence PQ is equal to PR. Right? We can close this here. Okay. Let's move on to the next one. Okay, two tangents TP and TQ are drawn to a circle with center O from an external point T. Okay, so let me give you the figure first. External point T, let's take this point as T. Okay, I draw a tangent to this circle. Okay, and I draw a tangent to this point as well. Now I join the 2 points of contact. Okay, let us say this is the center of the circle O. I join this. Okay, Now what they are asking is, let me just first name it TP and Q, and they are asking prove that angle PTQ, okay, this angle is equal to and 2 times angle OPQ, that is this angle. So let's call it as 1 and this call it as 3. First let me just name everything. 2, 5 and 4, right friends? So now they are asking that angle 1 is equal to 2 times angle 3. This is what to be proved, correct, no? So PTQ is equal to 2 times OPQ, correct. Now to prove this, basically we know that TP is equal to TQ, just now we understood. So that means angle 5 is equal to angle 2, okay. Now let us join this center, right friends? So angle 5 is equal to angle 2, isosceles triangle, correct, okay. Now this is equal to this. Now 3 plus 4 is equal to 1 plus 2, we can write, correct, no? I'll explain how. Why I have written this, but why it is so? Because exterior angle of a triangle is equal to sum of interior opposite angles of the triangle, right? Something like this. Just to if I have to explain it to you, if this is a triangle, if I extend this line, so this angle will be equal to this plus this. Let's call it as 1, 2, 3. So this will be equal to angle 1 is equal to angle 2 plus angle 3. Correct? Okay. So using this, I can write it like this. So okay. Now what we can do, friends, is that this plus this. So angle 4 will be 90 degrees, right? Angle 4 will be 90 degrees. Angle 4 is equal to 90 degrees. Now angle 3 plus 4 plus 5, okay, will be equal to how much? Will be equal to 180 degrees. Angle 3 plus 4 is equal to angle 1 plus 5. 3 plus 4 is equal to this plus this. Yeah. Angle 3 plus 4, I'll tell you how. Okay, so what I have done is that, see this statement you are able to see here. Okay, angle 3 plus 4 is equal to angle 1 plus angle 2, but angle 2 is equal to angle 5 from here, right? I have replaced it here. Okay, now I need to retain angle 1 and angle 3, right, to prove it. So I will circle this angle 1 and angle 3. Now angle 4 and 5 are left, right? So angle 4 is 90 degree. Okay, so let's take angle 4 and this is angle 5. So 5 is equal to angle 4 is equal to angle 3 plus angle 5. Angle 3, and then let angle 3 be here and let angle 5 be here. One second. So angle 3 plus angle 4, right? Angle 4 is nothing but 5 plus 3 is equal to angle 1 plus angle 5. Let angle 5 be like this, right friends? So I can cancel this. Now can we write 2 times angle 3 is equal to angle 1, and that is what to be proved. Hence proof, right? Okay, so this was just little rephrasing that. Okay, So I see I have taken angle 4 is equal to angle 5 plus 3. Why? Because this is a straight line. Angle 4 is equal to 90 degrees. Let me write it here. Angle 4 is equal to 90 degrees. Correct? So the remaining two angles, that is 5 plus 3, angle 5 plus angle 3 is also equal to 90 degrees. Right? So this and this has to be equal. Right? So angle 4 is equal to angle 5 plus 3, and that is how I have replaced it like this. Correct? Okay. Let's move on to the next one. Prove that the angle between the two tangents drawn from an external point to a circle is supplementary to the angle subtended by the line segment joining the point of contact at the center. Okay. So this is an external point, let us say P. From here I draw a tangent, another tangent. Okay. This is center O, I join this O. Let us say this is Q, this is R. I need to prove that angle P, okay, or let me write it in full notation, that is QPR, okay, plus angle ROQ is 180 degrees. Right, friends? So there is no much difficulty here, friends. See, if you consider PQOR is a quadrilateral, right? PQR is a quadrilateral. PQOR is quadrilateral. Sum of the interior angles of a quadrilateral is how much? 360 degrees. Okay. So even if you don't remember that also, okay, any quadrilateral can be divided into two triangles, right, friends? Any quadrilateral, any shape size can be divided into two triangles. Correct? And sum of the interior angles of a triangle is 180 degrees. It's a well-known fact, right? So if one triangle is 180, two triangles will be 360 degrees, right? So this 1, 2, 3, 4, right? Angle 1 plus angle 2 plus angle 3 plus angle 4 is equal to 360 degrees. But angle 2 plus angle 4 is equal to alone 180 degrees because both are 90 degrees. We have just understood that a tangent is always at 90 degrees from the with the line, with respect to the line joining the center and the point of contact, right? So this alone 2 is this 2 alone sum is equal to 180 degrees. So balance 1 plus 3 has to be 180 degrees, right? And hence it is proved. That's it. Next question. Okay, one second. Prove that a parallelogram circumscribing a circle is a rhombus. Okay? Okay. How do we prove it? So let's first draw a circle. Now one tangent here, parallel tangent. Okay. This has not touched, please don't mind it. Okay. And parallel to this, right? So my required parallelogram is ABCD, A, B, C and D, right? Point of contact is E, F, G, H. I need to prove that A, B, C, D is a rhombus, right, friends? So how do we do it? Let's okay, let's do it now. So see, what happens is we have just understood that a tangent or the tangents which is drawn from a common point which is outside the circle are always equal, right? So that means this is equal to this is equal to this is equal to this, and this is equal to this, right friends? Because all these are actually tangents, right? So now what we can write is, let us say AB plus BC. We will do that, okay? So AB, I'll write it here. Let me write it. AB plus DC. AB can be written as AE plus EB. AE plus EB, right? And DC can be written as DG plus GC. Right friends? You got it? Now AE, okay, is also equal to AH. Just see, I'm just flipping everything. EB can be written as EF. DG can be written as HD. Plus GC can be written as CF. Okay. Now, friends, look at this point, that is AH plus HD. I am taking this two. This is nothing but AD, right? Plus EF, this and this. Sorry, this and this. EF plus ACF. EF. Where is that? Sorry. No. EB it is. Sorry. So EB, okay, plus CF. Okay, one second. So AE, one second friends, let me do it again. So AE is equal to AH plus EB is equal to BF, right? This plus DG, where is that? DG is equal to HD plus GC is equal to FC. Now it's okay. So AH plus HD. AH plus HD is nothing but AD. Alright? Okay. Now BF plus FC. BF plus FC is nothing but BC. Right? So ultimately we have reached here. AB plus DC. Right? Now in a parallelogram, right, opposite sides are equal. Parallel and equal, right? So we can say that this AB plus BC, that is AB plus DC, can be written as 2 times AB, and this time this can be written as 2 times AD. You are getting my point? Because in parallelogram, opposite sides are equal, right? So this and this cancels. AB is equal to AD. So this is equal to this, proves that this is a rhombus, right? Okay, let's move forward. Next question says that, oh, good. A triangle ABC is drawn to circumscribe a circle of radius 4 cm. Okay, good. So it is circumscribing. So I want some space on the board now. Okay, let me clean it. Nicely. Okay. So a circle, right? Radius 4 centimeter, and there is a triangle which is drawn to circumscribe a circle. Okay, right? So let's take a point here. Let's draw tangent first. Right? Okay. So A, B and C. Right, friends? Now what all is given to us? BC, right? This is given to be 6. This is given in the question, whatever I am taking it down on the board. I am just copying the question from the 6 and 8 centimeters. All dimension in centimeter, friends, unless otherwise mentioned, right? So this is given to us, and radius is given 4. So radius is 4 centimeter. This is 4, right? We are to find AB and AC. So AB is equal to what, and AC is equal to what? This is the question. Right, friends? So from our previous learning, just this class, okay, we all know that if this is 8 centimeter, so this also is 8 centimeter. Absolutely no doubt, I guess, here. This is 6 centimeter, so this is also 6 centimeter. Absolutely no doubt. Now let us take this as x and this as y. Right? Or this also can be taken as x, y. Because this is an external point, two tangents are drawn, right? They have to be of the same length, right, my friends? From an external point, tangent to a circle is same, length is same. So this is x, or this is also x. Now, what we can find out is that we will see, the idea here is that we will find out the area of this circle, area of this triangle, okay, using Heron's formula. Okay. So I'll tell you. Okay. So this side, So S will be using Heron's formula. Right? So what happens is, there is a S in that, which is called a semi-perimeter. Right? Which is equal to, I am just writing A plus B plus C by 2. I am writing all the three sides as A and B and C. So here in our case, S will be how much, my friends? 6 plus X. You have to keep little patience here, right? And then 8 plus X plus 14 by 2, right? Which is equal to 14 plus 14. So 2x plus 28 divided by 2, which is equal to x plus 14, right? We'll keep it there. That is our S. So area will be how much? Area will be how much, friends? S into S minus A, S minus B, S minus C. Correct? Which is also equal to, I'll just replace the values. X plus 14. Now X plus 14 minus A. Okay, so let's this X plus 6. Let's call this as A. Call this as B, no problem. Anything will do. B, and this is C. Right? So s minus a is done into s minus b, that is x plus 14 minus, oh sorry, 1 second friends, if I do not put a bracket then I have a problem. So let me put another bracket because this will become minus 6. So x plus 14 minus b, so minus b is nothing but 14 itself. So s is again x plus 14 minus a, b is over c, that is x plus 8, right? So let's do it here, and all this is under square root of, so x plus 14, is it getting covered on the board? Okay, so x plus 14, and this becomes, after opening the bracket, x and x will cancel, 14 minus 6, that is equal to 8. Okay, this is just x, this is x will cancel, this is 14 minus 8 is equal to 6, right, which is also equal to, I'll write it here, which is equal to 48x of course under square root x plus 14, okay, cm square. So I will just use this result there, rest of the things I am going to remove it off. So I don't think anybody has got a problem here, friends. Okay, so if at all you have a problem, or if at all you have a problem which we did to prove it that this tangent is at 90 degrees from the to the line segment which is joining the center of the circle and the point of contact, you can basically comment me, right? I'll basically clear it off for you. But as of now, I'll take this result and move forward. I'll rub off everything else. Yes. So let it be like this. Now what I will do, friends, is that I am going to I have joined all these things, all this point of contacts and everything, right? Now area of this triangle, that is this, can be represented in one more way, right friends? Okay, so how? I'll tell you. Area of triangle ABC can be written as, I'll just write this short form, friends, because ABO, that is, I'm talking about this. Then I will talk about BOC. Of course, this triangle sign has to come, friends. Because of space constraint, I am not writing it. So please don't get confused. What is this area? So this, I am talking about AOB, I have done. BOC, I have done. Now AOC, I need to do. Right? AOB can be written as half into base. I am talking about this. Base is nothing but x plus 6. Into height. Height is nothing but the radius of the circle. Please pay attention here. This is also 4 and this is also 4. Right, friends? So into 4. Plus BOC. What is BOC? BOC is half into base is nothing but 14. Correct? No? 8 plus 6 into 4. Now area of AOC is basically half into base. Base is how much, friends? X plus 8. And what is height? Height again is 4. Right? So can this be cut? Right? So this is actually nothing but 2 times x plus 6, plus, right, plus 28 plus 2 times x plus 8, right? So we will try to solve it, friends. So this becomes how much? 2x plus 12 plus 28 plus 2x plus 16, right? So this becomes 4x, and this becomes how much? Right, 56, which is also equal to, if I take common 4, this becomes x plus 14. Right, friends? This is centimeter square. Now, friends, do we all agree that this and this should be same? Correct, no? Because this is the area of the same triangle, right? So this should be equal to this. Now let's equate this. This is 48x plus, x plus 14 under square root is equal to 4 times of x plus 14. Right? You are getting it? I am just equating the two areas. Right, friends? I hope there is no confusion in this. So now squaring on both the sides, 48x x plus 14 is equal to 16 into x plus 14 whole square. Right? So now what is that? I can basically see this is power 1 and this is power 2. If I take it this side, this will divide. So what happens is, next step I will write 48x is equal to 16 into x plus 14. You got it? How I got it? Basically I just divided it. Okay. So this has got covered. Now let me complete it. Since I have used it, so I am going to rub off this one and complete the problem here. I'll complete this portion also. Little bit of space will be free for me. So this becomes how much, my friends? 48x is equal to 16x plus not required is equal to x plus 14 divided by 16 here. Okay, so this becomes 3x. Things are a little more simpler. X plus 14, right? So 3x, that is equal to 2x is equal to 14. So x is equal to 7. Oh my god, we have reached it here, friends. Okay, so x is equal to 7 now. Okay, so since this is 7 and this is 7, you can find out what is AB. So AB is equal to how much? So 7 plus 6, that is equal to 13. And AC is how much? 7 plus 8, that is equal to 15. Right? So this is 13, 14 and 13, 14 and 15. All the sides. Right? Okay. Done. So friends, with this, we started the chapter also. We completed the chapter also. We did all the exercises problems. We understood everything here, whatever is present here. Okay. And the next session will be, I'll be taking up a few problems which has already appeared in your examination, but actually is not available in your textbook. Right. So that type of problems we will take, and then I'll try to give you some hints and tips as well, what is to be done and what not to be done. So anybody who has got any problem or any kind of this thing. Okay. So 1 second. If somebody wants to, area is equal to 48x x plus 14 centimeter square. Right? From one method, that is your Heron's formula. Okay, so if anybody wants to take a screenshot, I just wrote it because I had rubbed it off. So basically you can take this and use the Heron's formula at your place and then basically equate the two areas Okay, like this, and then solve it further, right? So if anybody wants to take a screenshot, I just move away from the board. You can do it now. Okay, friends. So with this, we close this chapter, circles. Okay, and then next chapter we will, as discussed, we will take up examination problems and few other concepts as well. Relatively second grade of learning, next level of learning, right, friends? So with this I close it. So till the time we meet next, be happy, be safe, keep learning with us, keep supporting us. Thank you so much. Bye. God bless you all.